So it looks like corporations are finally figuring out that this whole woke thing might be more trouble than it's worth. Because look at Bud Light, Target losing billions. You got Victoria's Secret, they're ditching the whole woke thing. Yeah, it turns out that healthy at any size is all well and good, just nobody wants to fuck it. You've got Starbucks suing its own workers' union after the union supported Hamas. And yeah, this has been a real mask-off moment for the left, hasn't it? Because when you see them celebrating actual barbarity, well, then you know what they really mean by decolonization, don't you? And that when they say by any means necessary, yeah, they mean it. So that brings us to Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola quietly deletes mentions of BLM from company website. And yeah, so of course BLM put out a tweet celebrating the thing with one of the terrorists that went in and slaughtered all of those people at the music festival. And yeah, I guess people are actually starting to listen to what they say they really want. And Ted Cruz tweeted about this. He said, "Caught red-handed, Coca-Cola deletes its support for BLM. One screenshot is of Coca-Cola's website before BLM supported Hamas parachuting into a concert to kill Israeli civilians. The other is from this morning. Editing your website is not enough. Americans demand an apology." Coca-Cola had originally stated on its website that Sprite, which it owns, had donated $500,000 to the Black Lives Matter Global Network to support the group's voting education efforts and their February 2021 Black Future Month program. No mention about mansions in overwhelmingly white neighborhoods for some reason. Maybe they figure that that's what the white supremacists would least expect. Let's see, brand lead Aliyah Shafiq noted that we're in this for the long haul. Spoke a little soon. And it's not like they should have been blindsided by any of this. I mean, here, Black Lives Matter co-founder called for end of Israel in 2015. So when they talk about decolonization, nobody has any excuse to not know exactly what they mean. Not now. Here's Coca-Cola's Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion page. Creating a culture of diversity, equity, and inclusion, and terrorism. The Coca-Cola Company's diversity, equity, and inclusion strategy includes 3 long-term ambitions. Well, actually, apparently it was 4. They forgot the final solution. Do you remember this? Coca-Cola asks its workers to be less white to fight racism. Yeah, because somehow in this crazy leftist utopia, that's how you fight racism. Well, some of the slides from this leaked. On one of the images you can read, "To be less white is to be less oppressive, to be less arrogant, to be less trusting, to be less defensive, to be less ignorant, to be more humble, to listen, to believe, break with apathy, and break with white solidarity." Now, what I see here is just a transparently hateful ideology, one that's likely to make people less likely to buy your product, but also something that might make your company a hateful, dysfunctional place to work. And it really shouldn't come as a surprise when it turns out that the hateful organization that you've been giving money to turns out to be terrorist supporters. And you know what? This is just lazy anyway. They're listing off all the bad things about white people here. They don't even mention Eminem. So as we can see, Coca-Cola's been knee-deep in all this stuff for years now. And either they finally realize that perhaps there might be a giant boycott coming their way, in which they'll lose a bunch of money and people will lose their jobs, or they've just realized just how demented this ideology that they'd allowed into their company really is. Maybe it's a bit of both. All I know is they lost my business a long time ago. Anyway, please subscribe, like, and share. Sharing really helps me out. I thank you for that. I will see you next time.